Hello, Ron here from LTL Tutoring Central. And if you want to keep learning and having fun while you're doing it, you're in the right place to hear tips and strategies to make that learning happen. This week I'm talking about getting back to school and COVID-19. We're still dealing with the coronavirus, and in this area, in Guelph, Ontario, and all of Ontario, I believe, schools are planning on opening and having their students come back. Now, in some cases it may be part-time, in some cases it might be full-time. There's still a lot of questions up in the air, but I didn't want to wait any longer to mention that I will be accepting students in September in person again at the big table behind me. However, we'll also be using more often the office, which you can't see from here to the side. It's a separate room, and possibly the smaller table that's that direction and to separate students. So if there are 2 students or 3 students, we will be able to separate them and keep that social distancing, or that physical distancing I should say, from being an issue. Of course, if it's brothers and sisters, that may not be a problem because they're together at home. Also, of course, all the common areas will be sanitized. Students will need to wear masks, just as they will need to when school begins, when they're going into the school and into any common areas for sure. It's still debatable exactly where the masks will be needed. I think it's in all of school right now. In some other countries and other places, I know it's only in the common areas, not in the classroom. So we'll see how that works out in the coming weeks and months. And that's the other thing I wanted to mention, was everything is subject to change. So the schedule may be different for in-person students, but I'm also offering online lessons to continue. We've been doing online lessons since COVID-19 showed up, and I will be offering online lessons to continue. So if you prefer online lessons, those will be available. If you want to come back in person, I will try to make that available as well. And it could be a combination. You could possibly do one time here, one time at home. We'll see how it works out, and the issue will only be in terms of days, times, and scheduling, of course. And that will also be impacted by whatever the schools are doing too. So in the fall, it's always a bit of a juggling act anyway, and this year it's a little more of a juggling act because we really don't know exactly what's going to happen when the schools open, and then what might happen in the next few weeks or a couple of months when we enter into flu season and people being indoors more often. There's a lot of worry about that and concern, and I understand that. My feeling is it could go either way, or probably multiple directions. The fact that people are wearing masks in school and other places more often may reduce the number of cold and flu virus spread as well. So it could be better actually than it was before. So we really don't have to look at the dark side all the time. I know we tend to be inclined to do that with 24/7 news and whatnot, but it might actually be better than we think. So let's just see how it goes. I'm glad that they're taking precautions at the schools. We will be taking precautions here. Students will need to wear a mask, bring their own pencil, pens, eraser for sure. If we use any common devices here, I'll make sure that they're sanitized between students so that they're always safe for using the computer, for example, or if they need to use a math set, something like that. Of course, they can bring their own math set. Common areas will be sanitized frequently, and as I say, with the mask wearing, that should help, and with the physical distancing as much as we possibly can, of course, that should also help. Also, the numbers are very low in this area, in Guelph, for example, and so the numbers of positive cases is quite low. So I think that that bodes well. if everyone takes the precautions. And for the most part around the city in all of these months, I have heard some complaints, but to be honest, I haven't seen an awful lot of problems. A few people kind of skirt around the rules a bit, but I haven't seen too much of that. Honestly, most people seem to be getting the message and doing a good job. So that's probably why the numbers have managed to remain so low. I want to welcome you back to LTL, whether you're coming in person or online, because some students have been off for the summer or part of the summer. So I want to welcome everybody back in September. New clients as well. There's already a couple have been added to the roster, so that's always good. Play safe, keep learning, and keep having fun. If you have any questions or concerns, you can always email me. I'll put a link to the website below. You can find my email there. You can also just place a comment or question here if you're watching it on YouTube, just below. So, and of course, there's my phone number as well. So there's multiple ways to get in touch. We'll arrange the schedule and we'll set something up to keep that learning going in the fall. In the meantime, enjoy your week. It's Ron from LTL Tutoring Central. Bye-bye for now.